Station, WTIM.
Welcome into the WTIM Morning Show. My name is Tim Zalabak. Good to be here with you all on this great Monday. I got Mayor Bruce Berry in my studio with me right now. Let's thank our sponsors of the WTIM Morning Show, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. Mayor Berry, how are you today?
Very well, Tim. Thanks for having me.
Without a doubt, always good to have you in the studio. Let's talk Taylorville, what's been going on for the first part of this month and the rest. We've had just a great month of October here in Taylorville, and it is not done yet. We want to start by talking Chili Fest. This past weekend's here. What a great event. Tell me what it meant to see the town out there.
Great event, great participation. You know, I read where they had record number of vendors, and you could tell it by just walking up there. I was there both days. You know, the beauty pageants and things are great, and just the camaraderie between the people up there and stuff was great, and it's good to be there.
It was truly a special day. My first time out at Chili Fest, the vendors, you mentioned the vendors. I mean, let's start with that. That brings in so many, different sellers into Taylorville, and of course, so many customers into Taylorville. So,
right.
I mean, you're in, so many people from outside the city are coming into Taylorville. What do you hope
to sell their goods and wares? And I hope they decide to come back. You know, we have Journey in July and things. Maybe there'll be a vendor at that, and that we have different events like that. And like I said, the chili was just great. Thanks to J.I. McDowell for cooking the chili, and I hope everyone had a good time. I know I did, and like I said, the pageants, the music, the dance teams, stuff like that was great, and I really get a kick out of the kiddie tractor pull that the FFA puts on, and just see the Taylorville people and the communities around us supported. It was great.
Truly a special day out there. It's a chamber event. I mean, so many pieces had to fall into place. A lot of volunteers involved there. Talk to me about the chamber.
Right. Linda Allen just does a fantastic job with the chamber, and she has, hundreds of volunteers. I think, everybody's got their little job to do, and some people got a big job to do, and it seemed like it all came to fruition there. And great to see that. Great to see the big crowds, and hopefully that will continue.
Without a doubt, it was the 38th annual. We're nearing that 40 years. So, I don't have any doubt in my mind that this will be a continuing tradition. I saw you out there early Saturday. You were driving your golf cart around.
Right.
What were your responsibilities that day, or were you just taking?
Well, I had to do the opening ceremonies, and that was good. I was there early Saturday. I was there later Saturday afternoon, and Sunday morning I was there also early. So my responsibilities, I guess, are early in the morning and making sure everything's going to go right. And I thought, parking was a little bit of an issue. I don't know how we can fix that. I know people were parking 5 and 6, 7 blocks away, but they all seemed to come there to the square, and it was great to see everyone.
Yeah, you got to expect that would become a little bit of an issue. That's a huge influx of people into the city right there, and we don't quite have the infrastructure for a big city type.
No, not like that. Maybe there is a need for a parking garage or whatever. I know I've had some people ask for that. So, but I don't think that's in our next few years of planning.
Yeah.
So.
It would take probably a few more events like these to need a parking garage around here, but that sounds like something interesting.
It could be, yeah. We'll see what happens.
I mean, you see big events like this come into Taylorville, and does that spark something in your mind that says we're going to need things in the future too?
Well, yeah, and I'd like see some of these vendors. Maybe they'll open a shop up on Taylorville, on their square and things. We got money available for that, so I'd love to see, some of these. People that are entrepreneurs that let's go and let's get a building and let's see what happens. Our downtown is getting revitalized. I'm very happy with the progress that we're showing there, but we could still use a few more. And then next year when we start to redo the downtown area, that will be something to see.
Yeah, absolutely. There are those spots in the square still, or just off the square that they're open for a business, and
right.
One of those vendors out there, perfect for a little shop, right?
Exactly that, yes. So we have plenty right now, but we could use a few more, and just interested to see what is going into our downtown area.
Yeah, I'm excited to see all of the improvements coming to the Taylorville Square. You see construction happening there every single week, so I'm just excited to see that come to fruition here in the next couple of years. We're expecting it. It's gonna be awesome.
Right.
So any more on Chili Fest? Just a great weekend.
Just a great weekend. I couldn't see how they could do it any better, and and I'm sure they'll try to do it better next year. So look forward to that.
That's what made me smile. During the last day of events there, I was already hearing the coordinators talk about next year and how they can improve.
Exactly.
That's what it takes to make it.
Exactly, yeah. My hats off to Elizabeth Hohenstein. She did a great job with that. Tim, I want to talk a little bit about a trip I went on last weekend with the CEO group from Taylorville High School. Went up to Chicago to visit my brothers' company. I got two brothers, Bill and Dan, and they invited the CEO group and myself up to visit their companies, and it was just a great 2-day event, and couldn't be prouder more of our CEO group and also my brothers. So
I love that you brought that up. We had the CEO students in our studios a couple weeks ago. I don't know if you mentioned that or if you heard about that, but what a great group of kids those CEO students are. And they were talking about this opportunity. They got to go down to Chicago, learn about business. What did those days look like?
Well, it was great. We boarded the bus about 11. We got up to the hotel at 3. We had dinner at my brother Bill's house on Wednesday night, I believe it was. And it was just great to see how those high school students interacted with my 5-year-old niece, and it was great. And then the next morning we boarded the bus and went to my brother Bill's company. His office is on the 38th floor, 39th floor. They're looking over Lake Michigan with a beautiful office and things. And he talked to them. And a big thing he was talking about was communication and hard work. And I think it really hit home with a lot of those kids that they could do just about whatever they wanted to do as long as they would communicate with each other, with their bosses, and just work hard. And we went to my brother Dan's office, and still the same thing. Dan's retired now, but he still got back in his office, and just to see how two guys from Taylorville, a success story they are, and how it sort of opened the eyes of these CEO students. So
what an
great event.
Yeah. What an opportunity it was for those CEO students to see, what the business world at its greatest level looks like.
Right
There. 38th floor in downtown Chicago. Can't do much better than that.
Exactly.
We talk about communication and hard work. So they're big takeaways. Talking to these CEO students, they practice that every single day with their businesses. I mean, they talk to me about having discussions, having debates every single day. It's high school kids.
And get back to Chili Fest. They had a vendor tent up there. They sold caramel apples, and they're starting to learn that. Now, what a great event for our students at Taylorville High School.
Without a doubt. I mean, they're providing these opportunities that, when I was in high school, I wouldn't have thought to be meeting once a day with my group of, business entrepreneurs here, trying to set things up, coordinating materials and making calls. That's some great experience.
Exactly. Yes.
So down to Chicago, you said that was a 2-day event.
Right.
I think very cool. And they're asking questions, I'm sure.
Oh, very, very intelligent questions. My both brothers said there's no dumb questions, and so they answered just about everything they could. And I think the kids really enjoyed it, and we'll see what happens. Maybe they will be our next business leaders in this community.
Well, they're definitely on the right path to do so. All of those kids, they have aspirations in the future. Even if they aren't in business, some of these kids, they weren't even wanting to get into a business. Some of them like photography or architecture. They found their niche.
Exactly.
The CEO program. Yeah. I mean, talk about the Taylorville High School and these programs. Just like the CEO program, Tommy TV, just to name a couple. We have great music. We have great sports.
Right. Like I said, I saw you at the football game the other night. It didn't end the way we thought it might, or hoped it would. But what a great event there with the Folds of Honor and the motorcyclists. They're veterans. Veterans Day will be here in about 3 or 4 weeks, and look forward to celebrating our veterans there on November 11th. So a great high school event the other night, Friday night, until the rain. I had to leave when it started raining. I'm sorry, but I left.
Yeah, glad the rains held off before the opening ceremonies.
Right.
That was just pretty unbelievable.
Right.
Just, motorcycles and some
Lee Mateer does a great job organizing that and stuff. And, we one more win and we'll playoff eligible. So I look, good luck to the boys on Friday night when they go to Bethalto to play Civic Memorial.
without a doubt there. You mentioned Veterans Day coming up. There's a Veterans Memorial also on Veterans Day.
Right. Yep, on November 11th, but we can't forget Halloween and our spooktacular or whatever on the Saturday at 5:30. We're going to have our annual Halloween parade leaving from Taylorville Food Center, march down to the square. We'll have events there and judging there. And then our police and fire department are having a little event from 3 to 5 on Saturday the 28th. So, like I said, we're looking forward to it. And this Friday's the last car show of the evening of the year. They canceled it last Friday because of the incoming weather, so it's going to be on the 20th. So invite everyone downtown to our square again.
It's going to be awesome. It's a car cruise and a trunk or treat. Is that right?
I believe so. Yes.
We had Steve Craggs on earlier last week, and he was talking all about that. But we're going to talk more about the Halloween events, Memorial Day, Veterans Memorial Ceremony, everything in the second half of the WTIM morning show. Got Mayor Bruce Berry in my studio right now. We're going to be right back in just a minute to talk all about the great events coming to Taylorville and Taylorville itself. My name is Tim Zalabak. You are listening to the WTIM morning show.
Your information station, WTIM.
Farmers significantly reduce input costs with Black Coral Minerals Food Grade Liquid Fertilizer and Biostimulant. It's non-toxic and non-carcinogenic. Save money. Supercharge root development. Improve till, porosity, and soil quality at the same time. Call 314-440-3662. 314-440-3662 or visit blackcoralminerals.com.
Miller Media Group Advertising works for Shalas Nagel, Executive Director of Kemmerer Village in Assumption.
We feel like it's just been a really great bonus for our program. We use it for hiring, for donation, solicitation, and also just to advertise what we're doing over in Assumption. I literally hear throughout the week as I interact just as a resident of Taylorville or I'm in Assumption, I hear very frequently, I hear you on the radio all the time. And that is just music to my ears. Kemmerer Village has been around for nearly 110 years, but at the same time, we are a little bit remote over in Assumption. So we wanted to be sure people knew that we're there and that we're doing wonderful work. And I feel like the Miller Media Group has definitely served that goal.
Radio gets results. Radio gets results.
With their street reopened, the all-new American Eagle restaurant at 102 East Park in Taylorville invites your family to join them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, everything is made from scratch, and you'll know it when it hits your taste buds. They welcome to-go orders and reservations for families and groups to use their large meeting room. Their streets reopened, and the American Eagle restaurant is ready to serve you breakfast, lunch, or dinner 7 days a week. They're at 102 East Park in Taylorville.
Hi, this is Congresswoman Mary Miller. If you ever have a problem with a federal agency like the VA, IRS, or Social Security, my office is here to help. We give every case the special attention it deserves. You can contact the office of Congresswoman Mary Miller in Mahomet, Illinois, or visit my website at marymiller.house.gov. Remember to sign up for my weekly newsletter to stay informed on important votes and hearings in Washington. Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Here's Dr. Pavi Gill from Springfield Clinic, Taylorville.
Lifestyle medicine is about motivating you to improve your quality of life by changing habits and behaviors.
Find out more by clicking Dr. Gill's icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your family could qualify for no-cost eyewear through the Christian County Health Department. Find out more by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. They're always working for a healthier future.
Your information station, WTIM.
Back here on the WTIM Morning Show. Thank you all for being here on this great Monday. We have the mayor of Taylorville, Mayor Bruce Berry, in this morning. It's been a great interview so far. Let's thank our sponsors that make the morning show possible. People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. Mayor Bruce Berry, we were talking about Taylorville Chili Fest, and then we started talking about the Halloween events coming to Taylorville. You talked about the Taylorville Police Department and the Taylorville Fire Department. They got their own deal. Let's talk a little bit about this Friday, car cruise and trunk or treat.
Trunk or treat
combination.
it, right? And then, a lot of local churches have trunk or treats on Halloween night. So really, I get, and a lot of people decorate anymore. A lot more people decorate their houses for Halloween, I know, than when I used to grow up. But that was a very good childhood memory, I guess. Trick or treating, we would go 5 or 6 nights back back in the day. But now it's limited to 2 days, 5 to 8, and so I hope the kids will have an enjoyable time and be safe out there.
Totally, yeah. You mentioned back in the day you could show up on the 25th with an open bag.
Exactly.
But there's so many opportunities this year for the kids to get out.
Right, the trunk or treats at different churches and also at the car show Friday night. So really, I guess Halloween begins this Friday night on the square.
I love it. I don't mind it at all.
No, I don't either.
Jumpstart on Halloween, and Steve Craggs was telling me that they dress up the old cars sometimes.
Yeah,
Did you see that ever?
right. They did last year, and look forward to that. Steve Craggs and Lee Skinner do a great job with small town Taylorville, and really happy to see all the enthusiasm that they bring to our Taylorville Square.
They've done a great job building a website and building talk and events that are really bringing some stuff to Taylor.
Yeah.
Really, really awesome.
Right. One of the big events it's not a big event, but the Ameren site at the park. I'd like to talk a little bit about that. We're going to meet again on Thursday to talk about that. My thoughts on that is if we can stop Ameren from doing that, then we probably need to, because it's such a sensitive issue in our community now that it seems like it opened up the wounds again. And so I'm going to do what I can to stop it and at least have a third party monitor the air quality out there and things. So it'll be interesting to see what goes on with there in the next couple months.
Yeah, like you said, it is a pretty delicate issue right now.
Yes.
A lot of talk around the town, and you mentioned that it is kind of re-exposing a wound here that Taylorville has tried to heal from. There's just a lot of questions out in the air. There's a lot of a lot of information from a lot of different places. The last time we were doing information about it, that they were looking for that third party of air quality testing, right? At Manners Park, you walk around, there's a lot of talk about a smell. I never smelled any smell going out there playing frisbee golf, whatever. But are you concerned at all for what has happened so far?
I'm not concerned yet, but I think it could lead to something. So let's stop and maybe reevaluate what's going on out there, and see if it really is necessary for them to be digging in that area again. And I got all the faith in the world in Ameren. I mean, they've been a very good community member for us, but let's maybe put a little slow down a bit and make sure this is safe.
Sure. Pump the brakes a little bit,
right?
Because Ameren, huge name around
right,
here. I'm sure they wouldn't want to do anything to disparage
no.
the town, but it is a pretty, it's a pretty invasive looking site.
Exactly. Big, sorry I brought that up, but that's a big issue for myself personally, and also for a lot of residents in our town.
I'm glad you did bring it up, because that is something we should have talked about. That's on me right there. So I do appreciate you for answering some questions there. So the bottom line is, we're going to slow things down. You're going to look at it, and you're going to get some third-party testing.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
All right, perfect. That's on the Ameren remediation project at Manners Park. Whole lot of talk about that, but things have been heard. The town is being heard. That's what's great about living in Taylorville.
Right.
The town is heard, and we can get to answering these
questions.
Questions.
Exactly.
All right. Awesome. And we can kind of stay on the topic of meetings and such. City council meeting tonight, Mayor Barry. Anything to note on there?
No, just probably usual October 16th meeting. I know I'm honoring the junior high cross country team. The girls team went to the state, first cross country team from the junior high to make it to the state. And I hope I don't mess this girl's name. Elena Harker got 11th place, so she medaled at the state cross country meet. So Chad Sutton does a great job with our cross country team, and our boys baseball team I honored 2 weeks ago, and we're doing very well in junior high sports, and looking forward to winter sports are about to start up. I know girls basketball has already started for the junior high, and boys start practice tonight at the junior high, and look forward to that. But in a couple of weeks, I'm going to go to the Illinois-Kansas exhibition game, so that should be a very, very good exhibition game, and it'd be nice to see Bill Self come back to Champaign. I still like Bill Self, even though he left us to go to Kansas. But so we'll be able to measure how good Illinois is going to be by that scrimmage, I hope.
Beautiful. And Taylorville Junior High sports. It bodes well for the high school side of things, as they are doing very well over there. Mayor Barry, we are out of time, but I really appreciate you being here today.
Tim, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Without a doubt. That's Taylorville Mayor Bruce Berry here on the WTIM Morning Show. My name's Tim Zalabak. You're listening to the WTIM, your information station.
SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason. More than 1 million Palestinians have fled their homes in anticipation of a sweeping